welcome to Wayzata High School. Nice evening for baseball. It's late conference action as rivals collide here. The Hopkins Royals coming in at 5-4. Wayzata is undefeated at 7-0 so far this season. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Jason Malillo, and these teams have been pretty good rivals, Jason. And this year, Wayzata off to a fantastic start. They've pitched very well, haven't hit quite as well, but they're definitely a team that feels like they might be in the mix for looking at, going deep into a state tournament kind of a thing.
Yeah, it's great to be out here for baseball once again anyway. But, yeah, you're right, Jay. Coach Bobby DeWitt has told us a few times that he thinks this is the deepest pitching staff he's had in years, maybe ever, in his tenure as the Trojans head coach. And I think if you look at their stats, too, they have a lot of good hitters as well. They kind of spread the love around with hitting, too. And, that'll come as the season goes along. But yeah, the pitching, definitely a big strength for this team this season.
Hopkins doesn't maybe have the kind of power arms that Wayzata has or that they've had in the past, but they are averaging about 9 runs a game. So they're kind of eager to see how they match up with the good pitching staff that Wayzata will be able to throw against them. In fact, we're going to be seeing the big right-hander Nick Argento, a North Carolina recruit who can bring it, throwing in the low 90s for Wayzata, and they have gotten very good starts in virtually all of their games so far, a testament to that depth and quality in their pitching staff. So they're excited about that. Hopkins really lamenting a season that wasn't a year ago. They felt like they were a team that was maybe going to be in the mix to win a state championship last year, and obviously they lost a lot of those key guys, didn't get to play in the 2020 season that was wiped out by the pandemic. So right. I don't want to say rebuilding year for them, but they know that they missed a real opportunity a year ago.
Yeah, they had several D1 kids on that team, and they probably missed an opportunity there, but that's unfortunate. This season, though, I think if you look at some of the games they've lost, they've scored a lot of runs, but they've also given up a lot of runs too. So that's maybe the Achilles heel for them is their defense and their pitching needs to get better as the season progresses here.
Well, as we said, Wayzata off to a good start, and that showing for them in the rankings. They are at number 2 now behind Stillwater with this solid start. I think they started down in the lower part of the top 10. And also from our area, Champlin Park in there at number 9. Buffalo, a team that's now a late conference member, of course, and they did hand Hopkins a loss earlier in this season.
Yeah, and Wayzata took care of Champlin Park 2-0 earlier in the season, a couple weeks ago. One of their closer games, so Champlin obviously has some chops too, but a close game. Wayzata did beat the Rebels on April 21st.
Hopkins getting introduced, and then the Trojans getting set to take their positions in the field. We'll take a quick time out here and come back, get our lineups in, and get the start of the game here for the Trojans and the Royals here on CCX.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What?
I can't drive.
Why?
I'm high.
Oh.
COVID-19 has hit our community real hard.
We're dying from coronavirus at almost double the national rate.
If we come together, we have the power to save what matters to us, our Black lives.
There's power in protecting your loved ones.
There's power in wearing a mask and social distancing.
There's power in knowing the facts and using your voice.
Let's fight COVID-19. Visit bethepowerofus.org.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is him. Every day he's hungry for something. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that he's a good person. I think the advice I would give is you don't need to know all the answers. It's okay to make mistakes. As long as it's coming from love, then it kind of starts to work itself out.
I don't think we're free in this country. For 100 years, you saw black people menaced and targeted and lynched and beaten and brutalized. I think we're burdened by this history. More people have to be willing to do that uncomfortable, inconvenient thing that justice requires for things to get better.
Truth can inspire change. Learn more at EJI.org.
Welcome back here to Wayzata as Hopkins getting set to bat here in the top of the first. The lineup for Jason Michalakis and the Royals will include Jack Primusberger, the second baseman, leading it off for Hopkins. Jake Perry will bat second and play first base. Maddox Michalakis, the shortstop, hits in the number 3 slot for the Royals. Jack Mauser, the left fielder, hits cleanup. Brock Zimmer at third base, hitting 5th. Ryan McGee, the pitcher, hits 6th. Luke Nordin catches and bats 7th. Americo Scarlatti is the right fielder, hitting 8th. And Paul Safransky, the center fielder, in the number 9 slot. And defensively for Bobby DeWitt and the Wayzata Trojans here today, Alex Wayne is the left fielder. Evan Pittman in center. Right field is manned by Drew Birkland. Around the infield, Zach Anderson at third base. Nick Gebhardt at short. Second base is Austin Bernard. Logan Fragamini at first base. Joey Gershala, the catcher. And as we said, the big 6'6" right-hander Nick Argento on the hill for the Trojans. He has made 2 starts, won them both. So 2-0 in 11 innings. He's allowed just 4 hits, a couple of runs, walked 4 and fanned 17. 1.27 ERA for the Trojans so far, and obviously a guy that they're counting on to do some good things for them this year. And it's a pretty nice evening. We might see him go pretty deep into this game if things go according to plan.
Yeah, you know, I was here the other day when he was throwing a bullpen. Big kid, throws really hard, so it should be fun to watch him here.
Primusberger stepping in. He's batting .269. He's got a couple of doubles. He's scored 10 runs and driven in 8 already for Hopkins. Primusberger and the Royals, they've had seemingly a little better luck than most in terms of getting games in early. To have already played 9 games is kind of surprising. A lot of teams have had to deal with some rainouts and things and haven't been able to play that many, so good for them here. 1-1 after foul. That one was fouled away by Primusberger. High and tight with that one, 2-1. Coach DeWitt saying Argento is going to be primarily a power guy. He'll come right at Hopkins and kind of make him prove they can hit his fastball. And this one is hit well to center field, and it's going to be in. So it drops in over the head of Pittman, and digging into second. Well, speaking of proving they could hit his fastball, Primusberger jumped on that one, and it's a double to lead it off.
Yeah, that one was a little up in the zone, and he really cranked that one, Jay.
I thought for a moment that Pittman might have a beat on this one, but you could see at the last moment he realized that he didn't have it measured and had to go back, but over his head for a double, and Jake Perry will be the hitter.
Primusberger, pretty good wheels too, Jay. He's got that's his 3rd double of the season. He's got 2 stolen bases, so maybe a threat to run here as well.
Rip and a miss. Perry late on that fastball. Perry has had a very good start. 467 average so far this year. Couple of doubles, couple of triples, a home run. He's driven in 11, and he already will hit with a man on base in scoring position here as in his first at bat in this top of the first.
Going to the Gophers after high school, I believe, right? To play baseball? I think so.
And I think on these good teams like this, rather than being, worried that they have to face Argento, they like this challenge. They want to step up there and face one of the better pitchers around the Twin Cities. Slicing this one out of play down the left field side. Couple years back, or 3 years, 2018 was the first season that Wayzata started to play night games as lights were put in here at this field, and the field itself got some pretty good upgrades too. Coach DeWitt was saying it drains a lot better now than it used to and has better soil mix for dealing with some of the rainy weather we get in the spring. 1-2 offering, and Perry just got a piece. One and two count here still to Perry. Reimusberger aboard at second after a leadoff double, chopping it foul down the first base side. That one is low. Grashala going to throw down to second, and they got him! Wow. Reimusberger caught leaning too far after that pitch was in the dirt, and Grashala from his knees throwing a strike down there, and the tag slapped on by Gebhardt, and a
great play.
Tough one there for the Royals.
That's got to ease Argento's mind a little bit that Grashala kind of bailed him out there of that the double he gave up. Real heads-up play.
Yeah, and he was definitely out down there at second. Perry. And this one is lined by Perry into right center, and that one might be two. Nope, he's going to have to hang on, makes the big turn as the relay comes in. So that one presumably would have scored a run, but Reimusberger thrown out by the catcher Grashala. So runner at first now with one out, and Maddox Mikalakis, the shortstop, will hit.
Yeah, that makes that play by Grashala even bigger now, right, Jay? I mean, that would have definitely scored a run, I think.
Yeah, and it's hard to fault Reimusberger in a way. I mean, he's seen that ball hit in the dirt, and he's being alert and thinking he's maybe going to be able to take third, and then all of a sudden realize, uh-oh. But by that point, he was so far off that any kind of a good throw was going to get him. But the Royals have to be encouraged by the way their first two hitters have hit the ball against a very good pitcher. Mikalakis hitting at .242 so far this season. A couple of doubles, a couple of runs batted in. He scored 10 times. Also has walked a team high 6 times. And that one a little bit outside, 1-1. Fastball fouled back here. Wayzata had their string of section titles ended by Hopkins in the Section 6 final in the last season that we ended up having played in 2019. And obviously, again, no spring high school season at all last year. Another 1-2 coming from Argento. Just got a piece of that one. Argento works very slow with runners on base, doesn't he? He's very deliberate out there. Runner is going, and it's fouled away. Perry didn't get a particularly good jump there either. I think Rashala was hoping for an opportunity to throw out another runner there. Perry seemed like he spun his wheels a little bit, and he's probably glad that one was fouled.
Still ahead here now.
And this one is stung out to left field. A diving try, but he can't get it. Might score a run here. Perry coming to third, and he's going to be held. Now they'll throw behind him, and he's safe.
Wow, close.
Mikalakis will end up with a double as the first three hitters have scorched the ball here for Hopkins. Perry had to hold up briefly to see if this one might be caught. So probably a good idea to hold him there, but he rounded the bag far enough. Honestly, I think if the third baseman Anderson had realized exactly where he was, he probably would have been able to get him. There you see as he turns and comes back, and there you see, very close. So second and third, one out. Hopkins has gone 3 for 3 against Argento so far. Jack Mauser will be the hitter, the left fielder now for the Royals. He's hitting .407 already this year and a team high 12 runs batted in. Couple of doubles, a triple, and a home run. Grashala makes a nice stop there. That was big.
That was big. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. You know, they've stung the ball 3 times and they don't have any runs yet. Grashala obviously picked off the one guy, but Wayzata living dangerously here in the beginning.
Throws a high fastball past him there. Yeah, if you're Hopkins right now, you got to be thinking we need to capitalize when we're stinging the ball so well here. At second and third and one out, they need to, and from their standpoint, really need to bring these runs home.
Yep. I mean, 2 extra base hits, you know, and you don't have anything on the board to show for it. So they need to bring a couple of these around. You're right.
Lays off that one up and out of the zone. Yeah, I really thought that last ball when the dive was missed, that I thought Perry was going to be able to score on that one. To short, this will score a run. There's a throw to third, hits the runner in the back, and Mikalakis is going to score as well, and it's 2-0 Royals. So Wayzata, we said only one error coming in this season. That'll end up being number 2 there, as Mauser will reach on the E6. The first runner was going to score anyway, and they elected to go to third, and that's why sometimes you think, you know, that you don't see this done all that often, even though I don't say it was necessarily a bad play. They were probably going to get him, but the throw just into his back.
Right. Yeah, it's always easy to second guess, right? But maybe you take the shore out at first, or not the shore out, but you get the out at first and you let the runner take third in that situation. But, you know, Wayzata has a good defense, you know, so they probably usually make that play.
So a little conference on the hill already for Wayzata, trying to get everything settled down. They have come out and not played particularly well in this first inning, or more so that Hopkins has really hit the ball well, and we saw the defensive mistake there. So Brock Zimmer, the third baseman, stepping in for the Royals. Runner at first now, still one out. They have 2 runs in. Cut and a miss there. Zimmer's hitting .385. He has knocked in 8. He has a couple of triples along with a double to his credit so far. And fouls this one back. So 0-2. Fights it off down the right field side. Comes a little off speed there outside. Didn't get him to chase.
Pretty nice pitch there, though. He had a lot of movement on it.
He did what he wanted to do with that one, but credit to the batter for laying off. And that one is low. Grashala, another stop. Boy, it's a nice feeling when you're a pitcher, when you've got a guy behind the plate that you can really trust to block balls and also obviously make that strong throw. Like we talked about at the time, just think how different this inning would even be a lot bigger if he hadn't thrown that runner out at second. 2-2 now to Zimmer. And that one is low, and the count runs full. Some pretty good locked-in at-bats here for Hopkins. Even the guys who have fallen behind in the count, they've been able to hang in there and battle back and generally put pretty good contact on the ball.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. They don't seem intimidated at all. They're taking their time, making good swings, laying off when they need to lay off.
And it's outside for ball 4, and Zimmer will draw a walk as Hopkins continues to excel. None of the first 5 hitters have been retired. Now there is one out because of a base runner being thrown out, but Ryan McGee will be the batter here for Hopkins, and he's a pretty good pitcher, but he also can hit a bit. He's hitting .389. He already has 3 home runs and 5 runs batted in.
Yeah, you can see big kid, probably their best power hitter.
Yeah, as big as Argento is, McGee has got to be just about as big and thicker.
Yeah.
And a rip and a miss at that fastball.
You and I are both boxing fans, Jay. I think these guys would probably be a pretty good heavyweight fight if they were going at it. Good duel here between pitcher and batter, though.
Second straight fastball thrown by McGee as Argento really trying to find a groove here. They're going to have to, they'll tell him when the inning ends, hold your head up, regardless of how that first inning went. And that'll be a 3rd strike as McGee went after it. So out number 2 there. McGee tried to lay off but couldn't. So Luke Nordin will be the batter here for the Royals.
Now batting for the Hopkins catcher, number 15.
Yeah, he definitely
went around. Yep.
Nordin hitting .318 so far this year. Couple of runs batted in. Looks at a strike there.
Let's go, Nick. Strike him out. Let's go. Let's go, Nick. Go get him.
Nordin's also walked 5 times, so he's been on at a .444 clip.
Nice pitch there.
Yeah, breaking ball had him fooled for sure. 0-2. Argento would love to get out of this right now, and yeah, it was a little bit of a rocky inning, but if he can hold them at 2, they feel a lot better about things.
Guessing your neck.
Runner is going, and this one lifted out to right field, right center. Hit a long way, but going to be playable out there for Pittman, the center fielder. So Nordin flying to center field to end the top of the first, but it was a very productive inning for Hopkins as they come up with 2 runs in the inning, 3 base hits. There was 1 error for Wayzata and a couple left on base. So after a half inning, the Royals leading it by a score of 2-0, and Wayzata will get their first opportunities with the bats, and the righty McGee getting set to loosen up here. Wayzata lineup will be led off by the catcher, which you don't see all that often. Joey Groshala will hit first for the Trojans, and he'll be followed up by Nick Gebhardt, the shortstop. Evan Pittman, the center fielder, hits in the 3 spot, and it's Nick Argento, the DH/pitcher. Drew Birkeland in right field will hit 5th. Logan Fragamini, the first baseman, 6th. Austin Bernard at 2nd. Zach Anderson at 3rd base, and Alex Wayne, the left fielder, hitting in the 9 slot for the Trojans. And defensively for Hopkins, you've got Mauser, Safransky, and Scarlatti in the outfield. Zimmer, Michalakis, Primusberger, and Perry in the first base. And then Nordin catches. Ryan McGee is the pitcher for the Royals. And McGee so far has pitched in 3 games, all of them starts, a 1-0 record, 13 innings. He's allowed 15 hits with 4 walks and 20 strikeouts, a 1.08 earned run average. So he's been effective as well. Doesn't throw, hard like Argento, but he's certainly a guy that will be one of the leaders of their staff this season.
Well, and we'll see here, Jay. I mean, obviously we said Wayzata has the undefeated record, has the top 5 ranking. We'll see how they face adversity here, right? I mean, a bad top of the first inning for them, but not every game's going to be a cakewalk, and especially against a conference rival like this. I mean, Hopkins doesn't have as good of a record, but they're going to come out swinging, and they want to beat Wayzata bad. So we'll see how the Trojans handle it. Obviously, still very early in the game, so let's see what they do here offensively. I mean, they can bounce back and get their swings in here.
Yeah, Wayzata, despite the record being so good, their hitting has been kind of spotty, hit and miss. Coach was saying that their average coming in is at 238, and he said it was even a lot worse than that before they got things going quite a bit against Eden Prairie. So the one thing we have done is some good clutch hits. Groshala lifting this one down the right field line, and a sliding try, but just not quite able to get to that one there. Good effort by Scarlatti.
He had to go a long way to try to get that one. He almost got there.
Groshala so far hitting .381 this year. He's got 3 runs scored, 4 doubles to his credit. Yeah, I thought off the bat that this one was going to be definitely foul, and by more than that, but it ended up being almost caught. Not really sure if Scarlatti was better served by sliding at it like that, or if he would have been better off just running through. To short, backhanded by Michalakis. Throw across is wide, but the tag, no. Groshala will be aboard as he reaches on the throwing error by the shortstop Michalakis. Good idea and good try by Perry to slap the tag on, but apparently he didn't get it. And so Wayzata will have a base runner to start their half of the first.
Number 7, our shortstop, Nicky Gebhardt.
Nice pickup, but then the throw drifted. So Gebhardt is the batter, and a swing and a miss there. Gebhardt hitting .350 so far this year. He's driven in 5, a couple of doubles to his credit. And it's back to the pitcher. McGee throws to second, relay to first, not quite in time. And so they'll get the lead runner and Gebhardt aboard on a fielder's choice. And Evan Pittman will be the batter now for Wayzata.
Fielder, number 12, Evan Pittman.
Little bit of a hesitation there. Looked like McGee maybe had trouble getting out of his glove, and that probably cost him a chance there. That pitch over for a strike. Pittman hitting .211 so far, but he's been pretty productive. 7 runs scored and 5 runs batted in. Takes that fastball up high and out of the zone. So a fair amount of action early in this game. We saw a long top of the first with some hard hit balls, and Hopkins got 2, and now Wayzata trying to answer back. Pittman a rip and a miss. And down he goes. So McGee coming back to strike out Pittman in quick order, and Nick Argento, the DH, will be the batter now for Wayzata.
Pitcher, number 25, Nick Argento.
Just came right at him.
Just put it by him.
Yeah,
yep.
Throw the fastball by him. Strike taken here by Argento, as he has hit at a .412 clip so far. 9 runs batted in, 1 homer to his credit, 3 doubles. So obviously a good hitter as well. And lifting this one out to center, it's going to drop in for a hit. Then it's juggled, and now the throw will come in to third. Argento's going to hang on at first, but runners at the corners for the Trojans as Argento continuing his hot start with the bat. Gebhardt, a little adventure out there. He was going to stop until it was bobbled a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know if he hesitated and saw it bobbled and then went, but heads up base running, I think, because with 2 outs to get to third base, right? I mean, it got a much better chance of getting him in now. So
scored as a single for Argento, and then an error on the center fielder to allow Gebhardt to move up to third, and Drew Berkland will be the batter. Takes ball 1. Berkland, of course, shined in the state tournament and section play, actually, for the Wayzata basketball team. Congratulations to the Trojans winning their state 4A title. Takes a strike there.
Berkland also football player in the fall for the Trojans. Pretty good D-back, so 3-sport athlete. Somewhat unusual, I guess, at a big school like Wayzata. Testament to his athleticism.
And he'll play baseball for the Gophers, as takes that one for a strike. Well, we talked about Hopkins not wanting to leave guys out there in scoring position. Wayzata would like to get at least 1 out of this. They got first and third and 2 outs. Way up high and out of the zone with that one. A lot of times in this situation, you'd think about starting the runner from first, but I'm thinking the fact that Argento is the pitcher, they may not want to have him running out there more than needed. It's an interesting situation. They cannot courtesy runner for him because he's the DH. And there's a called third strike, and Berkland caught looking, and McGee gets out of the first. So Wayzata threatens but doesn't score. No runs, 1 hit. There were 2 errors by the Royals, and they leave a couple. We've played an inning complete at Wayzata. It's Hopkins 2 and Wayzata nothing.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here.
Wait.
What?
I can't drive.
Why?
I'm high.
Oh.
COVID-19 has hit our community real hard.
We're dying from coronavirus at almost double the national rate.
If we come together, we have the power to save what matters to us, our Black lives.
There's power in protecting your loved ones.
There's power in wearing a mask and social distancing.
There's power in knowing the facts and using your voice.
Let's fight COVID-19. Visit bethepowerofus.org.
Good start for Hopkins here. They lead it 2-0 against second-ranked Wayzata as we go to the top of the second. The 8, 9, and 1 hitters coming up: Scolati, Safransky, and Primusberger for Hopkins. Scolati is hitting .333. He's 4 for 12. Also has 4 runs batted in, and starts with a breaking ball that's outside, 1-0. So Argento, who's been very good so far this year, was knocked around a little bit in that top of the first, gave up 2 runs, some hard hit balls. The first 3 hitters all delivering base hits, 2 of them doubles.
And we'll see how he reacts here, you know. I mean, it's every pitcher has a bad inning here and there. It really matters how they react, right? I mean, if he has a short memory and he gets back dialed in here and starts throwing well, you can forget all about that first inning and just start cruising.
Yeah, if he holds them to 2 and gets 5-6 innings in, it's going to be long forgotten how that first went. But that's the challenge here. And he did I thought he did close the first inning pretty well.
Absolutely, yeah.
High chopper, foul down the first baseline there from Scolati.
Yeah, toward the end of the first inning, you could see, I think his pitches started to move a little bit more. He just seemed to have a little more confidence on the mound. So.
And he got him to chase one up. Scolati down on strike, second K for Argento. And Safransky will be the batter now, the number 9 hitter in the Hopkins lineup. I think he helped him out a little bit here. This one seemed to be up. Yeah. Safransky hitting .364 this season. Takes a strike here. He's got 4 doubles. Scored 5 runs, driven in 3. Good pitch there, but just below the knees. It's 1-1. And swings and misses at that high fastball. That's a pitch that, in general, Hopkins is going to need to lay off because it's going to be hard to do much with it. Popped up. A little windy here tonight, so you got to kind of stick with things there, and Bernard does exactly that. So 2 batters, 2 outs here in the top of the second, and now the top of the order as Primusberger will come up, and he started things out in style, ripping a double over the center fielder's head. However, he was then picked off second on a great throw and stopped by the catcher Grashala as a pitch in the dirt, and Primusberger started toward third, then stopped and tried to retreat to second and was thrown out. But still, you got to like the way he hit the ball that first time up. Takes a strike here.
And this will be the interesting part, Jay, to see how he does with the top of the lineup and the heart of the lineup as he goes through the Royals lineup a second time here.
Yeah, I think in general everybody kind of figures that it's, the advantage to the hitter once they've seen him in the second and third times up. But it can work the other way a little bit too. Particularly if you've got a pitcher and catcher that work well together and are on the same page on how to attack these hitters.
That was a good-looking pitch right there. Good spot. Just missed it.
Two and 1 offering from Argento is pop foul and out of play. I love how everybody always roots for somebody's car to get hit. You know, if it was your own car, you probably wouldn't be so thrilled.
Yeah. Dents are fun, I guess, if it's not your vehicle, right?
High chopper up the middle. Nice play, but not going to be in time. Man. Infield hit for Primusberger. As very good play to get over there by Gebhardt. I didn't even think he'd probably be able to get to it as much as he did, but obviously Primusberger runs pretty well and beat it easily there for an infield hit.
Yeah, I thought this was up the middle, but you're right. Primusberger is one of the fastest kids on Hopkins' team, so this was going to be an infield hit for sure. But wow, yeah, good range by Gebhardt to even get there.
I think even though you don't get the out, it gives you confidence both as the shortstop and as the pitcher there that he got to that ball and made a good play. Perry fouls it out of play.
Yeah, well, certainly, I mean, not as well hit of a ball as they were hitting the ball in the top of the first, so.
Perry stroked a single to right field and then came around to score eventually on that error by the shortstop. Runner is going. Here's the throw down. Not going to be in time, and Primusberger swipes second. He has now 6 steals to take the team lead over Mauser.
Real good jump. Yeah, you can see. Yeah, you can see Primusberger real fast on the base paths.
And Royals like to run a little bit. They're averaging a little under 3 steals per game total for their first 9+ year now. Fastball up high. A lot of room in left center here. They're playing them about straight away and left, and then the center fielder, though, swung around toward right center. Just outside with that one.
That was close.
And again, missing away. So the count running full here to Jake Perry. Argento got the first 2 hitters, but then an infield hit and a stolen base, and now locked in a good battle with Perry. Fouls that one away. Oh, and I think it got him. Even the umpire got a chuckle out of that one. You're not safe up there on Peony Lane. The old Wayzata High School was even on Vicksburg Lane. Boy, there were cars getting hit left and right at that field. It was a much closer to the road situation. Close pitch, but Perry will take it outside for ball 4. And that's the second walk issued by Argento. Grishala asking a little bit where that one was. And Mikalakis will step in now for Hopkins. Mikalakis hit a double to left field his first time up. Outside with that fastball. So Hopkins kind of showing Argento that it wasn't just a one-time thing for us to get some runners aboard. And there's ball 2. Kind of hard to tell right now if Argento just trying too hard to hit corners or if he's just not quite able to put it where he wants to, but been missing a little bit here in this last couple at bats. There's a rip and a miss.
Yeah, I guess you wonder if, after the first inning and the jam he's kind of in here trying to work out of, is he a little gun shy to just go after the hitters? Is he holding back a little bit?
That one missing in, so 3-1 now.
I mean, he's certainly not missing by much, right, Jay? I mean, he's right around the plate. He's just his accuracy is not in question. He's just missing.
And that one missed as well, so the bases will be loaded up as Michalakis draws a walk. Grishala is going to come out to talk with him here as Jack Mauser will be the batter for the Royals. They put 2 runs on the board in the first. The first 2 hitters were retired here in the second, but then they've gone infield hit, walk, and walk to load them up. Mauser bounced to short last time up, reached on an error as they tried to get the runner going from second to third and threw it into the runner Michalakis' back. And that one gets away from Grishala and is going to score a run. It's 3-0. Primusberger comes in on the wild pitch. Grishala has been good back there, but that one was just too far away to get to. Tried to backhand it, but couldn't reach it.
Mauser could really break this one open if he puts one in play here.
Go, Nick! Get out of here!
Time granted here.
Let's go get it, Nick. Mix him up. Corners.
Down to third. And Anderson's throw across is in time, so they get out of trouble, but Hopkins does tack on another run. 1 run in the inning on 1 base hit. No errors, and they leave a couple. We head to the bottom half of inning number 2 here at Wayzata. It is 3-0 Royals.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Welcome back here to Wayzata High School. Hopkins surprising the Royals early, or the Trojans a little bit early here, leading at 3-0 as we go to the bottom of the second. It'll be the 6, 7, 8 hitters due for Wayzata. Regamini, Bernard, and Anderson. There's a look at Jason Michalakis there doing some work on somebody's glove. And he has to like the start that his team has gotten off to here so far this evening. And there's Bobby DeWitt on the right there. Trojans head coach. McGee in that first inning gave up a couple of base runners, and the Royals committed a couple of errors behind him, but able to get out of trouble by getting Birkeland on a called third strike. So good solid start for him. And Wayzata will try and get things going, though, here in this bottom of the second.
Let's go, Logan.
Number 33.
Fragamini is hitting 167 so far this year, 2 for 12. Does have a double and 1 run batted in to his credit. Fouls the first pitch back and out of play. Good crowd on hand here as got this night game and 2 pretty good teams going at it. Something that we've been kind of missing, seeing good-sized crowds. A little tapper down to first, right to Perry. Couldn't have been an easier play for the first baseman, just a couple steps away from the bag. 3 unassisted there and 1 gone in the second. Austin Bernard will be the batter. Bernard's 1 for 10 in the early going this season, has scored 3 runs.
Second baseman, number 2, Austin Bernard.
Coach Mikalakis out to have a word with the umpire. Not sure what that would have been about. Pop foul, and that'll get out of play on the right field side. Now 1-1 here to Bernard. And way up and out of the zone there. So 2-1. And now 3-1. Lifted up to short right field. And give way there to Scalati coming in, who obviously has a better angle on that one and makes the catch for out number 2, and Zach Anderson will step up for Wayzata.
Wayzata, number 10, third baseman, Zach Anderson.
McGee so far, Jay, looking pretty confident here, you know? I mean, he doesn't, like you said at the top of the broadcast, he's not an overpowering pitcher, but he's making good pitches, and Wayzata really hasn't hit anything solid so far.
Anderson's 1 for 4 as a hitter this year, batting .250. Also has walked once.
That's a nice pitch.
For a strike there, yeah.
Real nice pitch right there.
Knocked down to short. Mikalakis charges and we'll get the out. So a 1-2-3 second inning work there by McGee. No runs, no hits, and no one left. We've completed 2 here at Wayzata High School. It's Hopkins 3 and the Trojans nothing.
Sorry about that. No, I've been staying at my dad's place because of everything.
Where are we going?
He's good. Yeah, I know, we keep missing each other. I've been working out of my dad's house, doing some reading. I should be working out more. I just feel like I'm drowning.
Navigating these times can be tough, but while you care for your loved one, you also need to care for yourself. Go to aarp.org/caregiving for free mental health and self-help tips.
How you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Thank you.
place to make my own, a place that I call home, this place that I call home.
We head to inning number 3 here on CCX. It's so far so good for Hopkins. The visitors are up 3-0 on second-ranked Wayzata. It'll be Zimmer, McGee, and Nordine, the 5, 6, 7 hitters coming up for the Royals in the third against Nick Argento, the Wayzata starter, who is very quality pitcher, but they've done a good job against him so far, getting a couple runs in the first and then one more in the second. Certainly different kind of innings. The first inning, the first 3 hitters really hit the ball very hard. It wasn't really quite that way in the second. They got an infield hit and a couple of walks and then a wild pitch to score a run, but still they were getting runners on. Rip and a miss there as he took something off that one. Zimmer out front. That one misses outside. And in the dirt with that one, so 3 balls and a strike.
Kershaw is going to have a couple bruises tomorrow morning, I think, Jay. He's had to stop quite a few in the dirt here as Argento struggled with his control.
And Bobby DeWitt coming out of the dugout here. And he's going to ask for the baseball. Argento is going to be lifted early on here. A little bit surprised perhaps, but Brendan Dielman will be coming on in relief as Argento. I'm not sure if it's possible that he had a little bit of an injury there, or if they just felt like he wasn't going after it like they wanted him to or whatever, but he's going to be taken out with a 3-1 count. You don't see that too often right in the middle of an at-bat. It makes me wonder if maybe he doesn't have a little bit of an injury. And I think Coach DeWitt right now may be asking, do we get extra warm-up tosses because of that? So we will take a time out here as Dielman getting set to take his warm-up tosses for the Trojans. Argento is out here with nobody out here in the third.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
Welcome back. Brendan Dielman in relief. He starts with a 3-1 count, and Zimmer will draw a walk. That walk charge to Argento. As Zimmer aboard to start the third, and Ryan McGee will be the hitter. Dielman's worked just 1 inning so far this year. Walked 1, struck out 2. It hasn't allowed a run or a hit. McGee struck out his first time up. Looks at ball 1 here. And line foul down the right field line there by McGee. Look at Dielman as he gets the ball back there, and Argento, I have to believe there's at least a possibility that he might have had a little bit of an injury there. Just not so much that he was removed early in the game, but just even right in the middle of an at-bat like that.
I think it was maybe 1 or 2 pitches before Bobby DeWitt came and lifted him. He looked over at the dugout and kind of shook his head, you know, so I don't know, maybe was that one of the coaches asking, are you okay? You know, did you tweak something? He said no, but maybe after a couple more pitches, something was bothering him there.
This is here, 2-2, so that pitching staff depth will be on display here for Wayzata now. Down to first. They get the lead, and then the return throw is too high, but not going to be an opportunity for McGee to advance. So Fragamini being aggressive there, taking that lead runner.
It's a pretty good play here by Fragamini to still cut down the lead runner after not fielding that cleanly.
And then you see there's always that little who's covering pitcher or first baseman on a play like that, and I think that probably impacted the throw. But no error there since it didn't allow the runner to advance. Outside here to Luke Nordine, who flied to center field his first time up.
They could have done the old, 3-6-3 double play that I remember the Mets used to do that back in the day. I think it was Keith Hernandez to Rafael Santana and back to Hernandez.
Yeah, and Fragamini was close enough that he could have been the guy to cover there, I think, but obviously the pitcher is always taught get your butt over there too, and that's where there was just maybe a little bit of hesitation there, and I don't know if they necessarily would have gotten him anyway, even with a great throw. But
yeah, that's a tough play to make anyway.
Especially since it was bobbled just very briefly by the first baseman anyway. Lined out to right field, and nice play to stay with that one. That one was not that easy by any stretch, as Birkeland hanging with it out there in right. And so Nordine out on a fly ball and 2 gone, and Scarlatti will be the hitter.
This one is sinking fast. Birkeland runs it down.
And Grashala ranging out to block that one. There's a strike. And strike 2. Dielman trying to work out of trouble here. Keep it at a 3-0 game. And that breaking ball is in the dirt. Grashala, another stop. Count will run full now to Scarlatti. McGee will presumably be getting started over there at first, and Dielman will step off. Again, they don't run for him either, so it wasn't listed that way on the lineup card, but I'm guessing he must also be considered the DH. It's kind of a new thing that they're allowing the pitcher to be the DH as well. Gives him more flexibility if they lift him as a pitcher to keep him in as a hitter. Fouls this one back.
Yeah, we'll presumably still see Argento in there hitting. I mean, if he's not, I guess that'll tell whether he's injured or not. If he did suffer some kind of an injury, maybe he'll be out of the game completely, but we'll see.
Another 3-2 coming. And
nice
a called
catch.
Third strike. Scarlatti down on strikes for the second time, and Dielman comes in and works out of trouble. No runs. No hits, no errors. There was one that left aboard. We head to the bottom of the third. It's 3-0 Hopkins.
Hey, Dad. I need your help asking Jessica to prom.
Of course. Love is like the ocean. You have to tread the waters.
Dad. That's not the kind of help I needed. Hey, Jessica. Will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
What are you doing in there?
What's that?
I wouldn't do that. What are you doing? What are you looking for?
Bottom of the third about to begin here at Wayzata High School. The 9-1-2 hitters coming up for the Trojans. Alex Wayne, Joey Groshala, Nick Gebhardt will be the batters for Wayzata as they try and get something going. They trail Hopkins here 3-0. Royals coming out hitting, getting 2 runs in the first and then 1 more in the second. McGee has done a pretty good job here for Hopkins so far. Wayne stepping in, he is 1 for 5 so far this season. First pitch swinging there and fouls it down the first base side. Shoots a strike there.
Wayne wearing the high blue, yellow, and white Trojan socks, which I always appreciate that look in a ball player.
It's funny how that's kind of come and gone through the years,
Yeah.
whether it's being in style or not. Or
right. Well, because for a while there, it was kind of no stirrups at all, right? You didn't see any guys wearing them, which you look out there, a lot of guys still don't, I guess.
And a rip and a miss. Wayne goes down on strikes here. 3rd strikeout for McGee. And the top of the order now for the Trojans as Groshala will come up. Got him to expand the zone a little bit there. It looked like that one might have been outside.
Yeah. Looked like it had a little movement to it.
Oh, that one got away from him.
Batting for Wayzata, number 13, our catcher.
Groshala reached on an error his first time up. As Mikulakis made a nice backhand pickup, but then threw wide of first. Groshala's had a busy night behind the plate. He's had to block a lot of pitches in the dirt.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing that I think only one has gotten by him, right? You know, of all that stuff he's seen in the dirt, he's blocked pretty much everything.
Rip and a miss here. Unfortunately for the Trojans, that one wild pitch scored a run.
Yep.
And there's a called third strike. So back-to-back Ks to begin the inning for McGee, and it'll be Gebhardt's turn to bat.
Now batting the shortstop, number 7, Nick Gebhardt.
Looked like Groshala didn't get the pitch he was looking for there.
Yeah,
it's kind of very hard to tell too. The angle we have there isn't really great for seeing it. I mean, that's why I've learned to refrain from talking much about balls and strikes in a high school game. Us and all of the fans here do not have the angle to really see that well. So chopper to third, tough play there, a little double clutch, and they still got him. Nice pickup as well. As dug out there by Perry after Brock Zimmer threw a little bit low. So the Trojans are done in the third. No runs, no hits, and no one left on. We've played 3 full here. It's 3-0 Royals.
Sorry about that. No, I've been staying at my dad's place because of everything.
Where are we going?
He's good. Yeah, I know, we keep missing each other. I've been working out of my dad's house, doing some reading. I should be working out more. I just feel like I'm drowning.
Navigating these times can be tough, but while you care for your loved one, you also need to care for yourself. Go to aarp.org/caregiving for free mental health and self-help tips.
How you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Thank you.
A place to make my own, a place that I call home, this place that I call home.
Inning number 4 about to begin here at Wayzata. The 9-1-2 hitters coming up for Hopkins. That's Paul Safransky, their center fielder, leading it off here in the 4th. He is 0 for 1, a pop out to second base. Facing the second Wayzata pitcher, Brendan Dielman, who came on in relief in the first at bat of the 3rd inning. Got him to chase that one way out of the zone. And that one well short of the plate. Jason, you were commenting between innings. Dielman's got a very different motion. I got to believe the ball, it's a little hard to pick up. You know, just it might be one where people say, well, that's not a sound way to throw, but for a hitter, it can be difficult. And that's a called third strike.
Yeah, it almost looks like he's throwing with all wrist, you know, and obviously he's not, but yeah, I think the way he's got that little hesitation, if you watch the way he just kind of hesitates and then kind of snaps the ball through. And for a hitter, that's difficult to tell where that ball is going to arrive at the plate for sure.
Primusberger will be the batter now. The flip side of that is a lot of people will tell you that it's harder to be consistent throwing strikes when you've got a little kind of hitch in your delivery there, but he's obviously been doing it for quite a while that way. And strike there. And you see it's been a good game for Jack so far. 2 for 2. This one, let's see, might be playable. And he got it. Nice job by Fragamini to get over there. Went out of our view there, but had to keep an eye on the umpire, and the home plate umpire handling that call and gets the catch. Here we should be able to get a good look at it here. And yep, nice job
catch.
Staying with that one.
I was waiting for him to run back on screen when we saw it originally, see if he had it or not. But yeah, real nice play there.
Fouled away. The good news is he's got the home fans over there too, so not as many distractions coming over there, trying to fool them and say it's out of play or something like that.
Yeah.
And like we were saying earlier, nice to have fans. We're hearing a lot of A lot of chatter around and kind of just a high school ball game kind of sounds.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's so nice to just be out here watching a ball game, right? And we haven't done it since 2019 on the high school level anyway, so. Pretty nice night out here. Real good crowd watching these, watching two really good teams. We've seen a pretty good ball game so far. Surprising that Hopkins is up 3-0, but a good tilt so far.
That one is low, 3-1 here to Perry, who you saw he's been on twice as well with a single and then a walk. The top 3 hitters have only been retired once, and that was that foul out we just saw. Perry will walk again.
Since the top of the first inning, though, for Hopkins, you really haven't seen a lot of solid contact. They ripped the ball a lot in the top of the first there, but like you said, in the second, it was mostly just Argento wasn't hitting his spots, gave up a couple base on balls, and the third inning, not much happened. So
Mikalakis fouls this one back. He doubled and then walked. There's a strike. So 0-2. Dielman had a pretty solid first inning first inning for him in the third as he came on in relief and got a fielder's choice and then a fly out and a strikeout. In the dirt, runner is going, throw down, not quite in time. Perry will swipe second.
Grishala always making good throws, though, isn't he? I mean, they haven't. He can fire it down there pretty well, but the runner obviously safe on that play. But
yeah, considering that pitch was in the dirt, it turned into a pretty close play. Fouled away here.
Yeah, a lot of catchers might not even throw that down there, right? They might just eat it. But Grishala has the arm to at least try to get that runner.
And it's, easier said than done, but I think for a catcher, you want to get them, like a pitcher, into being consistent, not really thinking about where the runner is or how close it's going to be. You just got to be throwing to your target and, let the chips fall where they may at that point. If the runner is able to beat it, he's able to beat it.
Yeah.
Full count now to Mikalakis. Perry at second, 2 outs. Smack to short. Throw across a little high, but no, he's off the bag and safe.
I thought he kept his foot down, but apparently not.
Yeah, I kind of thought so too, but Fragamini, you could see he kind of had to rise up onto his tiptoes there and apparently came off the bag as Gephardt's throw was just high. So E6. Oh yeah, his foot did
definitely
come off.
Yep.
Oh yeah, not even all that close. Obviously, we can see it a lot better on that replay.
I was way off on that one. The umps were on top of that one correctly.
So first and third for Mauser. Takes ball 1 here. He reached on an error his first time up and then bounced to third. Both teams have committed a couple of miscues here. Driven high out to left field and pretty deep, but it's going to stay in the park. Playable out there for Wayne, and a long fly out for Mauser. The Royals threaten but don't score in the fourth. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and they'll leave a couple. We head to the bottom of 4. It's still 3-0 Royals here on CCX.
Hey, Dad, I need your help asking Jessica to prom.
Of course. Love is like the ocean. You have to tread the waters.
Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Hey, Jessica. Will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
doing? What are you looking for?
Bottom of the fourth, Wayzata needing to get things going a little bit here. They trail it 3-0. They will have a good part of the order coming up. The 3, 4, 5 guys, Pittman, Argento, and Birkland will bat here against McGee, who has shut him down pretty well so far. Pittman, a strikeout his first time up. Just one base hit so far for the Trojans. There's the first pitch over for a strike. And again, we talked about it earlier in the game. Although they are 7-0, in general, they haven't hit all that well consistently. Lifted to right field and given a ride, but it's going to stay playable there for Scarlatti. So one gone here in the bottom of the fourth as Pittman got into that one pretty good. But it seems like the wind has died down a little bit here too. And easily playable. So now Argento will bat. Again, he is the DH. He was the pitcher before as well, but he can stay in the game to hit even when he was pulled as the pitcher, and that's what he'll do. He's 1 for 1 tonight. He has the only hit for Wayzata. So that leads us to believe maybe not an injury, or at least not an injury that keeps him from batting.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah. McGee here, you know, as we've watched him over 3 innings, a lot of first pitch strikes, you know, which is always important for any pitcher, and always gives him an advantage. You know, if you can get it 0-1 on a guy, you're in a good position. So.
And he kind of looks just sort of matter of fact out there. Like I'm going to throw my best pitch. If you can hit it, that's great. If not, all the better for him. But he doesn't seem very tense or worried out there.
Yeah.
And there's a called third
nice
strike.
pitch.
Argento caught looking for out number 2.
No, I agree, and I think I said it in the bottom of the first inning. You know, he looked pretty confident and calm. You know, right from the beginning. You know, you know, if you figure if you're facing a team like Wayzata that's 7-0, has a couple of kids that are going to play D1 baseball, do you come in maybe a little intimidated, a little gun shy? You know, he hasn't shown any of that. He's been very businesslike out there.
Yeah, Birkland was caught looking in the first, and here's a little flare. That one's going to be playable and caught there. Drifting back was Primusburger, so another 1-2-3 inning worked by McGee. No runs, no hits, so no one left for the Trojans. After 4 innings, it is Hopkins 3, Wayzata nothing here on CCX.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
COVID-19 has hit our community real hard.
We're dying from coronavirus at almost double the national rate.
If we come together, we have the power to save what matters to us, our Black lives.
There's power in protecting your loved ones.
There's power in wearing a mask and social distancing.
There's power in knowing the facts and using your voice.
Let's fight COVID-19. Visit bethepowerofus.org.
Welcome back. As we said, nice crowd on hand here at Wayzata. The Trojans trailing Hopkins. That looks like a Hopkins group there, so they're probably pretty happy. 3-0 lead so far. We head to the top of the 5th. The Royals will have Zimmer, McGee, and Nordine, the 5, 6, 7 hitters coming up against relief pitcher Brendan Dielman, who came on in the third inning for Wayzata, and he has been sharp. Pop foul and out of play. Zimmer has walked both times up. Ooh, in on the hands, really jammed him. It's a spinner and it's fair. And all the way down to first goes Grishala. That's a very unusual one. You hardly see that ever. But he did a great job of coming out, and the spin of that one kept it fair.
Saw Fragamini there getting a chuckle out about how that one
I thought Grishala was going to run all the way to first and step on the bag himself.
I think Fragamini did too. He's like, "You going to throw it to me?"
So McGee will hit now for the Royals. Takes a strike. He struck out and then reached on a fielder's choice. So 0 for 2. And as we said when he came up the first time, though, he has some pop. 3 home runs already this season. And just by looking at him size-wise, you kind of get the feeling that if he gets into one, he could put it out. In general, not a real home run friendly park here, I don't think. It's a little for high school level. Well, he hits this one pretty well though. And it is gone.
You said it, Jay.
McGee knocking that one out, and it is 4-0 Royals. He's pitched well and now he delivers with the bat.
That one got out in a hurry. He really got into a great swing on that one.
McGee goes deep to make it a 4-zip lead now for the Royals, and Luke Nordine will be the batter. Another look at that. Got a good swing, got some good lift on that one, and he kind of knew right away, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, and out it goes. See, it's about 310 down the line there. That one was probably in the 320 range or so. It didn't clear the fence by a whole lot, but it didn't need to. First pitch strike there to Nordine. Cut and a miss.
No using that term anymore. No more.
And the umpire is coming over and warning some fans there a little bit. I kind of wondered when Coach Mikalakis came out earlier if it was something that he was asking about, you know, are they getting out of line a little bit? It's a student section. Taken for a ball there. Cut and a miss, and down on strikes goes Nordine. So 2 outs, and Scolati will be the hitter.
Now batting for Hopkins, right fielder, number 22 from Minneapolis.
Boy, a good downward break on that
nice
ball.
Yeah. That was one where the bottom just dropped right out of it.
Scolati swings and misses. He's had a little trouble at the plate, as a couple of Ks so far. And that one is over for a strike as well, as Dielman's gotten himself into a pretty good groove here. And then, like I said, he's actually been really pretty good all the whole time coming in, obviously with the lone exception of that blast that McGee just hit. And a rip and a miss.
Wow, really nice. Yeah, Dielman's been great. I mean, one bad pitch to McGee, and unfortunately he got a great swing on it and hit it out to give the Royals a 4-0 lead.
So 1 run in the inning. It was a home run for McGee. We go to the bottom of the 5th now. It's 4-0 Hopkins here on CCX.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. here. He's here. Wait. What?
I can't drive.
Why?
My.
Oh.
COVID-19 has hit our community real hard.
We're dying from coronavirus at almost double the national rate.
If we come together, we have the power to save what matters to us, our Black lives.
There's power in protecting your loved ones.
There's power in wearing a mask and social distancing.
There's power in knowing the facts and using your voice.
Let's fight COVID-19. Visit bethepowerofus.org.
Wayzata down by 4 now as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Fragamini, Bernard, and Anderson, the scheduled batters here as they try and get something going against Ryan McGee, who not only has pitched very well, but hit a solo home run in that top of the 5th. So I guess if you're looking at stars of the game right now, he'd have to be at the top of the list. Fragamini takes a strike. He grounded to first base his previous at bat in the 2nd.
Yeah, absolutely. McGee is the star so far. You're right, Jay. 4 innings pitched, no runs, only 1 hit, and the home run in the top of the 4th there. And like we said a few times, just pitching with a lot of confidence, very matter-of-factly.
There's a strike.
And the other thing is, Jay, you always have to consider is, I mean, after 4 innings of pitching so well, your confidence just builds and builds, right? So if he looked so relaxed at the beginning of the game, he's got to be feeling even better about himself as the game goes along, you know?
It's one thing you always remember in baseball and softball, though, there isn't a time clock that grinds down, so he's still got to bear down and get these last couple innings, try to pitch as well as he has been. Knocked to 2nd. Relatively easy chance there for Primusberger, and they get the out to begin the 5th for 3 on the putout, and Bernard will be the batter.
The other thing to consider, though, too, is, I mean, you're right. He's still got, he's still got 8 outs he's got to get here for the game to be over, but I haven't really seen a Wayzata hitter who's put really good contact on the ball. I mean, they haven't really stung him very much at all. So that plays well for the Royals.
A little high with that fastball, 1-1. Yeah, there just have not been a lot of really solidly hit balls. Argento's was decent in that single he had in the 1st, and the fly to right that led off the 4th was hit, fairly well, but nothing really scorched.
Yep.
And Hopkins, other than that home run and then their first couple hitters of the game, they really haven't either had all that much, but obviously more than Wayzata.
Yeah.
There's a strike.
That's a nice pitch.
Bernard trying to get something started here for the Trojans. Able to lay off that one up high and out of the zone, so 3-2. And ball 4, that's the first walk he's given up. Good at bat by Austin Bernard there, not giving in and chasing anything, and he works out a 1-out walk.
Very well done. Very good at bat. And for Wayzata, this is where you need to make something happen, right? 1 out. Bottom of the 5th. You gotta at least try to scratch a run or 2 across here.
Zach Anderson takes a first pitch strike. He grounded to short his first time up. Yeah, the later into the game you go, the less margin for error there is. You're right, I think they really almost need to get a run in this inning.
Yep.
0-2 now to Anderson. Hit that one fairly hard, but Way fouled on the left field side. Back up the middle. Mikalakis will step on second. Relay to first is in time. And they get the double play to get out of the inning. So Hopkins continues to sail along. Wayzata in the fifth. No runs, no hits, no errors. And courtesy of that double play, no one left on base. After 5 full, it's 4-0 Royals here on CCX.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Welcome back. A K9 fan on hand here tonight as well. We've got the 9-1-2 hitters coming up for Hopkins here as we go to inning number 6. Safransky, Primusberger, and Perry scheduled to bat against Dielman, who has kind of been an unsung hero for Wayzata coming on in relief. And McGee got to him again with that solo homer in the 5th, but he's done a good job.
He's been solid. Yeah, he's been real solid. Never the easiest thing to come in, you know, in the middle of a game, and especially a game you're losing and where your ace pitcher didn't have a good outing, but for him to come in and take over like he has, it's been a pretty good outing for Dielman so far here.
And this one is knocked into left field for a hit, so Safransky pounding a leadoff single here to begin the 6th. So if we talk up Dielman, he gives up a hard line drive between short and third there. And Primusberger will hit. Really turned on this one nicely.
Yeah,
this is one of the better hit balls in the last few innings by either team.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, really solid contact with that one. That was, like my dad used to say, that's a hit in any league right there.
Primusberger started the game with a double, kind of set the tone, even though he ended up getting picked off. He hits this one well out to left, but it's going to stay up and be catchable. That one almost hit a little too well. He would have been better off if that one had had some sink to it. Instead, it would stayed up right on a line and easily caught by Wayne.
Hopkins, the first baseman, number 9, Jake Perry.
Yeah, Wayne hardly had to move at all for that one. A few steps to his right, and he had it. He had a beat on it.
So one gone, and Perry will hit. Pounding it to second. They get one. Relay to first is in time.
Nice turn.
And Wayzata, like Hopkins did in the last inning, able to turn a double play. 4-6-3 this one for the Royals in the 6th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left on base. We go to the bottom of 6. 4-0 Hopkins.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
Go to the bottom of the 6th. Wayzata has a couple more at-bats to try and chip away at this deficit as they trail Hopkins 4-0. The 9-1-2 hitters coming for Wayzata, so that's Alex Wayne leading it off. A strikeout victim his first time up, as McGee has been good here tonight for the Royals. Lifted to center field and pretty well hit. And this one is off the fence. Wayne's going to dig for 3, and he's going to get there easily. Wow. That one carried more than I thought it was going to. Wayne driving that one to the deepest part of the park and off the fence for a triple.
This is huge for Wayzata, getting that lead runner on third base with only 2 innings left to go.
Stefanski drifting back and has to play it off the fence. And Wayne, I like the way he got after it right away. He didn't stop to watch how far is this going to go. He easily got to third. And here's a liner, and that'll be a base hit as Grashala scores the first run for Wayzata. He'll have to hang on at first, but it's an RBI single and a good start to the 6th for the Trojans as they are on the board. A triple by Wayne and a hard single by Grashala will make it a 4-1 ball game.
Grashala jumping right on the first pitch there. Solid line drive.
Nick Gebhardt, the batter.
Just a solid hit there by Grashala.
Taken for a ball here by Gebhardt. And you mentioned earlier that he's gotten strike 1 on an awful lot of hitters. And you wonder if Wayzata on the bench a little bit didn't kind of mention that to their hitters, that if the first pitch you see is going to be the best, might be ready for it.
Take a shot at it for sure. Well, when we were mentioning last inning, or I was saying, Wayzata hasn't had many hard hit balls, and now we got 2 in a row right here in the bottom of the 6th, and Trojans get their first run on the board.
So we kind of get a chance to see what McGee does with his, first real adversity here too. 1-1 count to Gebhardt, and chase that one. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Right now these guys are coming up here wanting to continue and get another hit, and that time he was a little over eager. Outside with that one, Nordine making the stop. 2-2.
No problem, let's go.
And that one will be through for a base hit. Wayzata, after doing little with the bats early, now continuing to rip, and Grashala
hustling to third.
Goes to third. So runners at the corners, nobody out, and Evan Pittman will hit.
That's 2 base hits in a row to basically that same spot, Jay. To the right side of the infield. Runners at the corners for the Trojans, and first offense of the game for them. First solid hitting of the game for them, really. And it comes late here in the bottom of the 6th, but better late than never.
They are going to stick with McGee, who, just 5 minutes ago or so, you would have thought was just sailing along and wasn't having any trouble. Right. That's baseball for you.
Yeah. Didn't we just call him the star of the game, I think, back in the 5th inning? But
so Pittman, who's 0 for 2, hits with runners at the corners. 1 run already in, nobody out. Ooh, fouling that one back into the umpire, I believe. Or maybe the catcher, maybe both. He had a mighty swing at this, I know that. Yeah, I think I got them both.
Yeah.
2 for 1 shot.
2 for 2 right there.
Yeah. And another foul straight back, so he's timing him nicely, but he's fouled a couple in a row back. 0-2 now to Pittman. Couldn't get him to chase there. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Oh, did he hold up? Looks like he did. Two and 2 count.
I thought he just laid off this one, Jay.
Yeah,
I think so.
I think so too. Up the middle. You're going to have to go to first here, and the throw is wide, safe. A run is in, and everybody will be safe as the throw is offline. And Pittman is aboard. It hit the mound and came up, which actually I thought maybe helped him, but then the throw was wide. An error on Mikalakis. And see Goshala scoring. Runners at first and second. It's 4-2, and Nick Argento will hit.
Argento, of course, was a starting pitcher for Wayzata and had a rough outing, so I'm sure he'd like to make up for that a little bit here with a chance to bring a couple more runs home for the Trojans.
Boy, the game sure turned in a hurry here in the bottom of the 6th. That one is low. Wayne started it with a triple to the fence and straightaway center, and then solid line singles by Groshala and Gebhardt followed, and then an error on the shortstop Mikalakis. There's a strike. Missed with that one. There's a strike. So the count running full here. McGee trying to work out of trouble, but nobody out so far. And foul back. Argento just got a piece. Up and out of the zone, and Argento will draw a walk. That'll load him up now for Birkeland.
Let's go, Birk!
Birkeland's taking a called third strike and popped to second. Wonder how many, how long they'll stick with McGee right now. You have a runner at first base coming on for the Trojans now as Parker McCurdy, number 23, will run.
Pitch ready for Wayzata. 30.
pitch taken for ball one by Birkeland. Discussion. I'm guessing this has something to do with they're thinking that maybe he's balking out there, maybe not coming to a stop.
Hey, let's go, Drew, man.
At least want to plant that seed in the umpire's mind. Obviously working from the windup, so not exactly that, but something to do with the rubber. Popping this one up, it'll get out of play. That one's up high and gets away from Nordine. Runner coming to the plate. Throw not going to be in time. And Gebhardt is in. That'll make it 4-3. The other runners also alertly move up. So,
well, this is why we love baseball, Jay, you know, right? I mean, for a few innings there, nothing really happened at all. Now, the Trojans have scratched across 3 runs here in the bottom of the 6th, and it's a 1-run ball game.
You have to call it a pass ball. I mean, it wasn't a great pitch, but it was right in his mid. And up high and away there.
Hopkins, number 24, Gabe Olson. I did see him getting loose, so you think maybe depending on what happens here, he'll come into relief.
And that is outside, and Birkeland will draw a walk. So they are loaded up here. Tying run at third, go-ahead run at second. Still nobody out, and Hopkins, I think, is going to go ahead and make a change here as all of a sudden McGee, who seemed to be just sailing along, has run into big-time trouble here in the 6th inning. He is going to be lifted with nobody out in the 6th. And coming on in relief for the Royals is Gabe Olson, another right-hander. So we'll step aside here. Wayzata trailing it now 4-3. Nobody out, bases loaded as Olson comes into a tough spot here for Hopkins.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Welcome back here as Gabe Olson coming on in relief. He's pitched in 2 games, both of them starts. So this will be his first relief appearance. 1-0 record and a 1.50 earned run average. 4 2/3 innings. He's allowed 4 hits with 3 walks and 5 Ks so far. But wow, this is a difficult spot to come in. Bases loaded, nobody out. All the momentum with the other team right now. But you still have to kind of come in, bear down, and try and make your pitches.
Let's go, JT.
Jonathan Pribula will be the pinch hitter here, batting for Fragamini. Bases full, nobody out. Wayzata down 4-3, and that's a strike. JP, as they call him, coming in a clutch spot here, as he is 1 for 1 so far this year. Popping this one up, and it's going to be playable there for Perry, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. And Austin Bernard will be the batter here. Actually, it looks like he will not be the batter. Maverick Lowen's going to come into bat instead for Wayzata. Lowen is 1 for 7 this year. So it's a tough spot for the pitcher to come in, also kind of for these hitters here. A little bit of pressure on them as well.
Yep.
Looks at a fastball up high and out of the zone from Olson.
Bobby DeWitt trying to get a couple of left-handed hitters in here, it seems like.
That one missed up and in, so 2-0. And in your mind, you're not thinking of, I want to be the hero by drawing a bases loaded walk, but it'll work if that's what it takes to get this run in. And that was high as well, 3-0. That one's over for a strike, so 3-1 now as Olson trying to battle back here. A bases loaded walk to force in the tying run. 4-4 ball game. Wayzata battling back here mightily in the bottom of the 6th. And we're going to have another pinch hitter coming up here for the Trojans. Max Kuhl coming up, number 18.
Hey, let's go, Wayne. Now batting for Wayzata. Number 18, Maxi Kuhl.
Kuhl 0 for 4 and limited at bat so far this year. So go ahead run now at third, still nobody out, and he fouls the first pitch back.
Max! Hey, let it fly, Max!
And there's strike 2.
Still only one out here. I mean, you would think if Kuhl can just put it in play, Wayzata might be able to get the go-ahead run.
Knocks it to second. They flip, they get the lead, and that'll be a double play, and Hopkins keeps it tied.
Unless that happens.
Yes, as they turn the double play. But the Trojans do come up with 4 runs in the inning on 4 base hits. Or excuse me, 3 base hits, and also a costly error committed by Hopkins. So we'll go to inning number 7. We're even up at 4 runs apiece here on CCX.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live.
Wayzata coming up with 4 runs to tie it up, but it seemed they had a golden opportunity to go ahead. Had the bases loaded, nobody out, but they end up getting into a double play to end that frame, but still a great battle back. We go to the 7th, tied up Dielman still on the hill. Mikalakis, Mauser, and Zimmer, the 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up for Hopkins. Mikalakis has had a double and a walk and then reached on an error. First pitch over for a strike as Dielman coming at him. Left that one up and out of the zone. Fouls this one off the catcher there. The 1-2, it's close, but no. Lifted out to left field. Playable and squeezed there by Wayne, so one gone here in the 7th. And Mauser will be the batter.
Now batting for Hopkins, the left fielder, number 23, Jack Mauser.
Mauser reached on an error his first time up. And had a bouncer to third and a fly to left. Hits this one pretty well to center field, and that one is going to be in for a hit over Pittman's head. And Mauser will check in at second base with a 1-out double. I think it kind of fooled Pittman just a little bit there. He got turned around. Probably was going to be over his head anyway, but didn't track it immediately, I don't think. And so a runner into scoring position here for the Royals, and Brock Zimmer will hit.
Looked like he kind of maybe took a couple of steps in and then couldn't retreat back and get it.
Yeah, it's the type of ball that if he reads it perfectly, he might catch. But if he has any little hesitation, which he did, then it was going to be trouble. Well, we saw that triple that Wayzata hit by Wayne really carried out there too, and that was kind of the same thing. I just didn't expect it to go quite that far.
Right. Yeah, and it was the same reaction by the Hopkins center fielder in that situation too, where he looked like he took a couple steps in and then couldn't recover, and it carried.
And certainly they haven't been playing a lot of night games. I would think that has a little bit of an impact too. It's not, and although these are nice lights, it isn't Target Field where it's, lit up to major league levels either. I think it's a little bit tougher.
Yeah. If you don't pick up the ball right away coming off the bat, it's hard to recover, I think, and track it, And especially if it's a well-hit ball, which both of those were. You really need to track that right away to run it down.
There's a strike, 2-2 now to Zimmer. Last time up, he hit that little spinner right on the baseline that Groshala, the catcher, came up and grabbed. Groshala's going to come out and talk to him here.
I saw Braxton Greenberg, Wayzata pitcher, warming up in the bullpen for them. So he's been I think kind of a late inning guy for them. So I think they're maybe thinking they'll bring him in if Dielman starts to tire here.
There he is out in the pen. Lifted back foul and out of play here by Zimmer. Had to duck out of the way of that one, so 3-2. Lifted to right field. Berkland the catch. And tagging and going to third on the play is Mauser, so Royals advance the runner, although the second out is recorded, and McGee will be the batter now for Hopkins. Timeout taken by Wayzata. See if they're considering a pitching change here.
Probably be a wise time to do that, I suppose. We know we saw McGee's power those last at bat. Throwing the home run.
And indeed, there is going to be a change coming here. As Jason said, Greenberg was warming up, and he will come in. It's a good outing for Dielman. And he will check out with 2 gone here in the top of the 7th. We'll take a timeout as Greenberg takes his warm-up tosses here for the Trojans. 4-4 ball game here. Good one at Wayzata.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Welcome back. There's Braxton Greenberg coming on in relief, and he can bring it, it looks like, for the Trojans. This will be his 4th appearance. He's pitched in 3 games, 1 start. He's 1-0 with 2 saves. In 11 innings, he's allowed only 4 hits, walked 4, fanned 14, and a 0.00 ERA.
Yeah, I don't know if it's coming across on the broadcast, but yeah, you're right, Jay. I mean, look at this kid whip it.
And the very first warm-up toss he took was also about 10 feet high. It was almost like kind of like want to scare the Hopkins hitters.
Right. Yeah, well, you mentioned his 1 start. Went the distance, complete game, 8 strikeouts. And the 2 saves, yeah, it's been kind of a, late inning specialist, but this is obviously a huge situation with the go-ahead run at third base. And if Greenberg can get them back in the dugout, Wayzata's got a chance to win it.
Here's a spot, too, where there's a little bit of pressure on the catcher, because when you got a guy who throws this hard and he's really jacked up, the possibility of a pitch in the dirt or way high and outside, he's got to be kind of like ready to come out of that crouch at any moment there, too.
I agree. And Grishal has shown this whole game, as we've mentioned before, that he's a heck of a defensive catcher. So he's the guy you want back there in this situation, I think, for sure, if you're Wayzata.
Well, McGee hit a solo homer in the 5th inning. He would love even just a little single would be fine here, but first pitch taken for a ball. It looked like the umpire started to raise that right arm. I thought he was going to call it a strike. Yeah, it was a ball. He was ready to move out of the way. Yeah, boy, he was ready to call it a strike. And that one was a strike. Ooh. Can you say makeup call?
Yeah. I think you have to on that one.
1-1. Rip and a miss. 1-2. Greenberg trying to get out of trouble and strand that potential go-ahead run at third. And a foul tip held by Groshala. And McGee down on strikes. Greenberg does the job. For Hopkins in the 7th, no runs, 1 hit, and a runner left at third. We go to the bottom of 7, still tied up at 4-4.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
Hey, Dad. I need your help asking Jessica to prom.
Of course. Love is like the ocean. You have to tread the
Oh,
waters.
Dad. That's not the kind of help I needed. Hey, Jessica. Will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
Quite a ball game here at Wayzata. Hopkins seemed to be in command. They led 3-0 for a long time, then they added a solo home run by the pitcher Ryan McGee in the 5th to go up 4-0. But Wayzata, 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th, and it was all started by this guy who leads off the bottom of the 7th. Alex Wayne hit a triple to begin that rally that ended up with them tying it, although kind of a glass half full thing where it sure looked like they were going to be able to take the lead and weren't able to do that, but at least tied it up. Foul back out of play here by Wayne. Gabe Olson still out there for the Royals as he came on in relief of McGee in the 6th. Ooh, breaking ball in the dirt, and he chased it.
Hey, chill up there, Alex. No kid.
Hopkins center fielder playing pretty deep after in the 6th when Wayne took that triple to the fence to straightaway center field. So they're playing in deep this time.
And that one will be through for a hit. Wayne beginning inning number 7 with a leadoff single. So the bottom of the order coming through there.
A couple of great at-bats for Alex Wayne, man. In the 6th, he jacked that triple and then just a really solid swing and base hit here. Look at that. I mean, he's not a big kid. He's a skinny kid, you know, but he's great bat speed, and he just whipped right through that ball. The lead runner's aboard, the winning run potentially aboard for the Trojans.
Here's Groshala coming up. Squares around, offered at it, throw back to first, and Wayne scrambles back in. Perry had to dig that one out.
I guess the other plus too, Jay, is, with a guy like Wayne on, who has pretty good speed, in this situation, if you can get him over to second, he could score on a single. He could win you the ball game right there.
See if Groshala will still be bunting. He is. Gets down a great bunt. And that one's going to be a hit. Not only does he get the runner over, he ends up with a hit. As Olson kind of overran that one. It was just so well placed.
Great bunt.
After missing on the first try, Groshala kind of perfection on this bunt. And yeah, maybe Olson almost too aggressive trying to cut that ball off, and instead of kind of circling to it, and maybe would have still got the out. But either way, obviously the lead runner was going to get down to second.
Well, it's like, we go to a lot of baseball practices when we do stories, and, you see them practicing bunting all the time, and sometimes you think, like, why do they practice that so much? But that's exactly why right there. I mean, if you can get down a perfect bunt like that in a situation like this, moves the Trojans one step closer to winning this game.
Nick Gebhardt up. We'll see if he's going to be bunting as well. Oh, and he bunted at what would have been a ball and fouls it away. Well, it worked out last time where they got a strike and then laid down a good bunt. We'll see if still thinking bunt here. He is, and it's going to be another foul ball. So now 0-2. Changes the scenario here. Obviously, I'd say unlikely to still be bunting with 2 strikes now. Puts it in play to third, but they'll have a chance to get the lead, and they do. So Gebhardt will be on a fielder's choice. Not really where you wanted to hit that ball, and so 1 out. Good job to not run into a double play there at least, but. So Evan Pittman will be the batter now for the Trojans. They would have loved to have that ball be a bouncer to the other side and get the runner over.
Right.
But sometimes easier said than done to put the ball in play, exactly where you want to. Takes the ball there. Lifts this one foul. It looks like it'll be out of play, and it is.
Hopkins left fielder playing way over towards center. It's a lot of room.
And surprisingly fairly deep, too. I mean, if there's a hit on the ground, that's probably going to score the run. It's up the middle. It hits second base and gets away. And they're going to hold the runner. The throw nearly sailed high. So it'll be a single for Pittman. More on placement than anything as that ball hit the second base bag. Looked like Mikalakis was going to be able to come up with that one, and instead it changes direction on him. Got to call that a hit when it hit the bag there.
Right.
Not an error.
Yeah, you can't make that play.
But then the throw sailing high to home. Boy, that would have been a weird ending if it had ended that way. So Argento will bat. Bases full. 1 out. Winning run at third. Takes ball 1 up high. Last time up, he walked in a spot like this. So again, it isn't the way you dream it up, but you would take it any way you can get it. That's a strike. One pitch. Breaking ball inside, 2-1. Olsen's got to come with a strike. Argento is going to be locked and loaded to try and win it. And up high, 3 balls and a strike. A walk brings in the winning run. Pressure situation here for Olsen. And right over the plate, 3-2. Full count offering coming to Argento. Rip and a miss, and Olsen comes up with a big strikeout. And now 2 gone. And Drew Berkland will be the batter.
We mentioned Berkland at the top of the broadcast. Go to the University of Minnesota in a couple of years to play baseball. He's in a huge spot here. Chance to be the hero.
Breaking ball over for a strike. Olsen showing some calm nerves out there despite a very pressure-packed situation. A little bit low there. The 1-1. Berkland smoking it, but right at Mikalakis, and he is out, and the Trojans' big threat goes by the wayside in the 7th as they'll leave the bases loaded. No runs, 3 hits, and 3 left aboard. We'll go to inning number 8. We are still tied up at 4-4 here in a Lake Conference thriller.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
And here we go to inning number 8. The 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up here for Hopkins, and a new pitcher out there for Wayzata. A.J. Grog will come on. Looks like he's making his first appearance as a pitcher this year for the Trojans. So Greenberg came in a tough spot and got a strikeout, and then they'll go to Grog here to begin inning number 8. Nordine, a couple of flyouts and a strikeout. So looked very much like Wayzata might be able to score that winning run in the 7th, but instead Olsen comes up big, getting a strikeout, and then Berkland. Nothing wrong with the way he hit the ball, but it just happened to be right at the shortstop.
Yeah. Put great contact on it, just right at him. Mikalakis has had a bit of a rough night at shortstop. You know, had a throwing error, had that one change direction, hitting the second base bag. But made no mistake on that play, and that was the play that mattered the most, right? Because if he doesn't make that play, the game's over.
So Nordine will try and get something started for Hopkins here in the 8th. Little tapper, Grog off the mound, picking it up, fires to first base. One batter, one out here on the top of the 8th. And Scalani will be the batter now for the Royals. Scalani has had a rough go of it tonight as 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, but Try and change that here, and a rip and a miss.
Hopkins, number 22, 22, America Scalati.
Nice pitch there.
Wayzata bringing some quality arms off the bench or onto the bullpen, if you will, here in this game tonight. Flare out to short right, and nice job. Fragamini gets back to make the catch.
Fragamini's made some really nice defensive plays tonight. Running back to get that one. He's dug at least 2 or 3 balls out of the dirt from the on throws from the Trojan infielders. Really solid first baseman down there.
Yeah, a lot of times first base is kind of like an afterthought in terms of, you know, your key defensive positions, but that's a big out to get. You never know. This batter might have come up and delivered a hit on the next pitch if he doesn't make that catch. Safransky a swing and a miss. He's 1 for 3 tonight.
Fragamini will play college baseball at Montana State Billings, which is a pretty good Division II program. So you know he's got some chops down there.
Ball and a strike now to Safransky. Tapping that one foul.
It's interesting as we're watching Grog pitch here, Jay, because you know the depth of the Wayzata pitching staff we talked about, but the versatility is pretty interesting too. You know, you had a guy like Dielman that seemed to have power and finesse. You had Greenberg come in. He was just kind of throwing straight heat. You know, I mean, he wasn't trying to fool anybody. And Grog now seemed like he's a pretty versatile pitcher too. I mean, his pitches are moving. He's got some off-speed stuff.
And this one is going to be through for a hit. Well hit ball into left field by Safransky, finding the hole between third and short. So a 2-out base runner for the Royals, and top of the order coming up now is Primusberger will hit. Going to have a runner coming on at first for the Royals as they will send Sam Harris out to run.
Batting for Hopkins. Second baseman, number 6, Jack.
Harris has swiped 3 bags this season, so I guess you'd say it's not out of the question that they might be looking to get him started.
You see there, Primusberger's had a pretty good night at the plate. 2 for 4, single and a double.
Wayzata thinking the same thing as they're going to chase Harris back. Little spinner foul at the plate. Plays off that one up. And gonna fire over to first. Outside there, 2-1. Not really seen any indication that Harris looks like he'll be going here.
Probably too risky to send him in this situation, you would think. You know, potential go-ahead run. They already got 2 outs.
Grog in danger of walking. Primusburger here, 3-1. And there's a strike at the knee, so full count now. Grog trying to shut him down and get his team another chance to come up and try and win it. And that's ball 4. So Primusburger will draw a walk, and that advances obviously the go-ahead runner to second, Harris. And Perry will be the batter.
Bobby DeWitt going to come out, have a talk with his pitcher. Perry, one of Hopkins' best hitters, if not their best hitter. So have a conference, figure out what they want to do here. I know he's going to take him out.
Yeah, going to lift him, and another trip to the pen here as Sam Schlecht will get set to come in here for the Trojans. So we'll take a break here as Schlecht takes his warm-up toss this year. Hopkins threatening here in the top of the 8th. First and second, 2 outs. We'll be right back.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up, and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
Sam Schlecht coming on in relief here for Wayzata with 2 outs in the top of the 8th. Schlecht has worked in 2 games, both of them starts. He's 2-0 with a 1.36 earned run average. 10 1/3, he's allowed only 3 hits. A couple of runs, he's walked 3 and fanned 12. So kind of tells you Wayzata really wants to win this game. They're not having a long leash and going to the best guys they think to get some of these outs. We said they have a very deep staff, and they're utilizing them here.
Yeah, they sure are. 5th pitcher tonight for the Trojans, and Schlecht won games early in the season against Chaska and Totino Grace. Chaska was a close one, 2-1 duel in that one. Totino Grace not as close, but been solid in his 2 outings.
Look at some of the games we've got coming up for you here as Perry steps in here. Runners at first and second, and 2 gone for the Royals. Perry's been on 3 times, although in the 6th he hit into a double play to end the inning. Swinging from the heels there, and it's strike 1.
That was power against power there.
And strike 2. Started him with a high fastball, and then that one was at the knees.
That one was moving too. Really great pitch there.
Perry requesting time. Schlecht was really taking a long time there. Fouling that one back.
I think another breaking ball there, Jay. That one seemed to have some good movement to it.
Still 0-2. Perry trying to come through with a hit, maybe give his team the lead back. Just missed there, 1-2. Tough one to take. I don't know if I'd want to take that one again. Comes back with the hard stuff, and Perry fights it off. This is the type of game that's going to help both teams. This feels like a playoff atmosphere, really, and into extra innings and chance to see kind of gut check time for both teams. And fouls another one away.
Great at bat here by Perry. Just keep continuing to fight off really good pitches, you know.
Another 1-2 offering coming from Schlecht here. Throws another fastball, and again, Perry fouls it back.
This is what you love. Who's going to win the fight? If Perry can put good contact on it, the go-ahead run might come around for Hopkins. Runners at first and second for the Royals.
And a called third strike as Schlecht ends up winning the battle. And the Royals threaten but don't score in the top of the 8th. No runs, 1 hit, and they leave a couple. We go to the bottom of 8, still tied up at 4 runs apiece.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
COVID-19 has hit our community real hard.
We're dying from coronavirus at almost double the national rate.
If we come together, we have the power to save what matters to us, our Black lives.
There's power in protecting your loved ones.
There's power in wearing a mask and social distancing.
There's power in knowing the facts and using your voice.
Let's fight COVID-19. Visit bethepowerofus.org.
Bottom of the 8th inning here as Logan Paganini will lead it off here for the Trojans. He did not bat last time around. He was pinch hit for, but then re-entered, of course, so he's 0 for 2. Gabe Olson's done a nice job for Hopkins. Got out of a tough spot in the 7th. And that one hit him. Paganini just nicked by that pitch to begin the inning.
I didn't even notice that hit him. That must have just got him.
I didn't either, and that's what Coach Michalakis is saying for Hopkins. He comes out of the dugout and is like, where did it get him?
I don't think we can see it on that replay.
It didn't really appear to, but.
No.
So Austin Bernard will bat for the Trojans. Squares around and he'll get a bunt down. Olson will throw him out, but the sacrifice is successful. Zach Anderson will be the hitter now for the Trojans. Potential winning run at second. Fouled on the left field line.
If Bernard can put one down that left field line, even for a guy like Fragamini who doesn't run very well, he probably scores.
Way up high and out of the zone there. And of course, the Royals middle infielders, they can't afford to really pay that much attention to the runner. They've got to be in a position to be able to field the ball too. So should allow him to get a pretty good jump from second.
Well, you see, I mean, when you look out there, I mean, he's got a huge lead, you know, so he's way off the base, which gives him an advantage if this ball can be put in play.
1-2 pitch outside. Breaking ball on our call, third strike. Anderson didn't think so, but it's out number 2. And Wayne will be the hitter.
Let's go, Wayne!
I think you might have had a little bit of a beef there. Pitches up high for a ball. Wayne had a triple to start that 4-run rally in the 6th, and then had a single last inning as well, so he's been hot of late. Can he be the hero here? Tops it back, foul and out of play.
Drive it now, here we go! Let's go, Alex!
Fouling another one away.
Let's go, baby! Go, Wayne!
1-2 pitch is low. And a swing and a miss. It is in the dirt. Nordine will come up with it and throw him out at first base. So the Royals again dance out of trouble for Wayzata in the 8th rather. No runs, no hits. They leave 1. We go to inning number 9. We are still tied up at 4 apiece here in Lake Conference baseball.
What are you doing in there?
What's that?
I wouldn't do that. What are you doing? What are you looking for?
Hopkins was in control early. Wayzata a 4-run 6th, and they came close to ending it a couple times, but couldn't do it. We go to the 9th. It'll be the 3, 4, 5 hitters for Hopkins here in the top of the 9th. Maddox Mikalakis will lead it off. And Sam Schlecht still out there on the hill for Wayzata. He is pitcher number 5 for the Trojans. Rip and a miss. Tentative swing right there, and it's strike 2. Mikalakis would like to have that one to do again as he swung at a ball there, it appeared. Three pitches, down he goes. Schlecht strikes him out, and Mauser will be the batter.
That's the way you want to start for Wayzata.
Yeah, and it isn't just that you get the out. You strike out one of their best hitters seemingly rather easily on 3 pitches.
On 3 pitches, yeah. Yeah, Maddox, Michalaks did not look very comfortable on that at bat.
Strike at the knees to Mauser, who doubled last time up and got over to third, but was stranded. At the time, could have been the go-ahead run for the Royals.
Come on now. Atta baby. Good spot, good spot.
Down low with that one, 1-1. And nearly the same spot, 2-1.
Come on, kid.
Fouls this one back into the screen. Two and 2 pitch coming here to Mauser. Strike 3. Fleck comes in shooting strikes. Mauser, I don't think must have got the pitch he was looking for, because that one appeared to be pretty much right down the middle. So Zimmer will be the hitter now for Hopkins. Yeah, not much doubt about that one. Up and a miss. Zimmer walked his first couple times up and then was retired the last 2. There's a strike. And a called third strike again as Schleck mows him down in impressive fashion. 3 strikeouts for Hopkins in the 9th. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Wayzata and Hopkins tied up at 4 apiece.
Hey, Dad. I need your help asking Jessica to prom.
Of course. Love is like the ocean. You have to tread the
Oh,
waters.
Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Hey, Jessica. Will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
What are you doing in there?
What's that?
I wouldn't do that. What are you doing? What are you looking for?
We head to the bottom of the 9th. Joey Groshala will lead it off here for Wayzata as they have the top of the order coming up. Gabe Olson still out there for Hopkins. Groshala, a couple of hits and also reached on an error. Pops it back, foul and out of play.
Wayzata, I'm sure we'd love to get Groshala on here, get the lead runner aboard.
Hits it on one hop to third. It's juggled. Throw to first is still in time. He was kind of a victim of hitting that ball too hard. It allowed enough time to recover and get the out there for Zimmer.
Close play at first here, but they definitely got him. Good recovery.
Zimmer didn't panic and still got a good throw away there.
Right. Yeah, he had the ball right in front of him there, and then made a perfect throw to first base.
Gebhardt, and that one's going to squirt through for a hit. So 1 out runner there for the Trojans as Nick Gebhardt delivers his second base hit of the game, and Evan Pittman will be the batter. Pittman fouling this one out of play. He had a single in the 7th, and at that time, boy, both in the 6th and 7th, it sure felt like Wayzata was going to be able to push across the go-ahead run, or what would have been a winning run in the 7th, but no go. Lining this one down the line and right. It's a fair ball. Gebhardt around to third, and the throw will come dribbling in. Now runners at second and third for the Trojans. But only the one at third really matters as Pittman puts the winning run over to third.
Stung this one real good, Jay.
And in a good spot, too. The only question was whether it would, be over too far toward the line, but it certainly was not.
Yep.
So Nick Argento will be the batter now for Wayzata. Second and third, 1 out. Infield in. Cut and a miss. Argento struck out last time in a clutch spot like this after he had walked in the 6th. Outside with that one.
This is, I think, almost an identical situation to when Argento came up last time. The winning run at third, 1 out. Argento at the plate.
Breaking ball almost hit him. I think in hindsight he might have maybe taken that one in the arm, but an obvious reaction to flinch and get out of the way there. I was almost wondering if there was a chance that Hopkins would think about walking him, but rip and a miss. 2-2 count here to Argento. Called third strike. So 2 outs. And now Berkland will step up. Argento was hoping that one was going to be called low, but instead not. And so Berkland will step up. Last time up, he hit the ball very hard in a similar spot. Bases were loaded that time, but it was right at the shortstop. They're going to put him on. They're not going to pitch to Berkland. So intentional walk. And now Fragamini will be the hitter.
Berkland looks a bit unhappy about that, but probably the safe play for the Royals. Although Fragamini a pretty good hitter too.
And he pops it up. And it's missed. And the winning run will score. Zimmer unable to squeeze it, and Gebhardt will score. It appeared to be a routine out, but I don't know, lost it in the lights perhaps. And the Trojans will score an improbable victory after as many back and forth things we've had happen all night. I wasn't thinking a 2-out pop-up was going to win this game, but it's all part of baseball. Zimmer, it didn't really look like he was in danger, like, you have that panic look, like I can't find it, but.
Yeah, it seemed like he saw it the whole time.
And there was a runner cutting in front of him, but that didn't seem to impact him really or anything either. I don't know. It was an interesting one. But
it didn't seem like he lost concentration or anything like that. But then it dropped pretty far away from him. Like he wasn't under it very well. But
well, when this one's told in years later for Fragonemi, you'll say, remember when I had that great hit that won that ball game in the extra innings against Hopkins? So the Trojans do pull it out. It looked grim for the first part of the game. They were down 3-0 for quite a while, and then it was 4-0 after that homer by McGee. But then the 4-run sixth, they almost won it in the sixth. They almost went ahead in the sixth. They almost won it in the seventh, and then eventually in the ninth inning, they get one in a very unusual fashion, a bases-loaded 2-out pop-up that just inexplicably falls to the ground for an error. And the winning run in the person of Nick Gebhardt comes in to score. So we hope you've enjoyed this one. It's been a wild one here tonight at Wayzata. The Trojans over Hopkins 5-4 in 9. For Jason Melillo and all of our CCX crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. Good night from Wayzata.